Dear students of class 9 and 10, welcome to you all in higher mathematics class, and I am here Shudipan Bhattacharya with you to discuss about inequalities today. Today's topics are what is an inequality in mathematics? What are the basic rules of inequalities? What is the difference in equation and inequality? What does it mean by solution of an inequality? So, now we are going to discuss about what is an inequality in mathematics. So inequality means which are not equal. So when a relation between two numbers or expressions are not equal, then it is called inequality. Signs of inequalities are not equal, or greater than or less than, or greater than equal or less than equal. So we will give a short introduction to the signs. We will not use not equal here. We will only use greater than, less than, and this kind of signs. Remaining four. So left side is greater is right arrow. Right arrow means greater than. This means this arrow. Left hand side is this arrow means greater than right side. So we will say whenever we look at this sign, we will read it. Left side is greater than right side. Left side is greater than right side. And for this left arrow means left side is less than right side. That is, left side is less than. That is, left arrow means less than. Look at this sign. This sign is like L. Whenever you write an L, you um, write it like this. So L means less than, and then you will read this sign, and this is also an inequality. You will read this sign as greater than or equal to. That is, left side is greater than or equal to right side. It may be greater than or may be equal to. Whenever you are not certain that it might be greater than or not might be equal but not less than. Whenever you know that left side is not less than right side, then you can say this: left side is greater than or equal to right side. Similarly, for left arrow and one hyphen like this, underscore like this, you can write, you can say, read it. Uh, Left side is less than or equal to right side, and which means this sign, left arrow and a hyphen under beneath the left arrow, and these together means less than or equal to, which means not greater than. Left side is not greater than right side. That is, left side either equal to, less than, or equal to, uh, or equal to right side. So these are the introduction of inequality sign. There are two more inequality sign, like not less than, not right than, but they are similar to not less than, that is greater than equal to, not greater than, that is less than or equal to. So I have not mentioned this type of inequalities in this slide. So the basic rules for inequality. What are the basic rules? Does What are the basic rules for inequality? Uh, uh, Comparing equation and inequality, so there are some similarity and dissimilarities in the equation and inequality. So you have to learn where the similarities come and where the dissimilarities appear. So we are going to see. You can add or subtract equal terms or numbers both of the side of an inequality, and the sign will not be changed for it. So if you take an inequality and add similar term or same term at both sides. Like at left side you will add 5, then you have to add 5 at the right side. So if you add the same number or equal terms at the both side of an inequality, then the inequality will not be changed. Then the inequality will not be changed for it. So this is the one of the basic rule. This is a very similar rule for equations. You know that in equation also we can add same amount of term number, same number at the both side, or same term at the both side. So this is similar with equation, and another is similarity with equation. You can multiply both sides with a positive term or number, then also sign will not be changed. So in an inequality, like 2 is greater than 5, then you can multiply 5 is greater than 2, and then you can multiply both sides by a positive number. Like you can multiply this inequality by 4 or 5 or 6 or 2.5, but you have to multiply with this positive number. So what is the difference between equation or inequality? Equation allows you to multiply both sides by any number, positive, negative, or 0. But in an inequality, you must you must be you must be concerned about what type of number or term you are multiplying at the both side of an inequality. So we will get some example later. Now you can divide any inequality by any positive number. Here also you can divide inequality by positive numbers, but you cannot divide an inequality by negative or uh, negative number or 0. So equations are also cannot divided by 0 at the both side, and for inequality you cannot divide the both side by 0, and for inequality you cannot divide both side by negative numbers also. So what happens when we will multiply or divide negative numbers? If you multiply or divide both sides of an inequality by a negative number or a negative term, then the inequality will be reversed. That is, if you multiply minus 1 at the both sides of an inequality, then if it is greater than, then the inequality will be changed into less than. Like write down in your notebook, uh, 5 is greater than 2. Now multiply minus 1 at the both sides. Minus 5 is greater than 2. Is it right? Minus 5 is not greater than minus 2. If you multiply both of the sides by minus 1, you will get minus 5 is greater than minus 2. But look at the number line. Minus 5 is not greater than minus 2. Minus 2 is greater than minus 5. Therefore, the sign of the inequality will be changed. If you take inverse of the both side of an inequality, the sign will have to be reversed. You remember this. In an equation, you can take inverse at the both side. Like you are given that 1 by y equal to 1 by 4. Then you will write y equal to 4. But in an inequality, if you are given 1 by x is greater than 1 by 2, 1 by x is greater than 1 by 2, if you take inverse at the both sides, that is x and 2, the relation will be less than. 1 by x will be greater than 1 by 2, and if you take inverse at the both sides of the inequality, you will get x is less than 2. The sign will have to be reversed. You can take an a real life example like 1 by 3 is greater than 1 by 5. You know that 1 by 3 is greater than 1 by 5. 1/3 is greater than 1/5. So take inverse at the both sides. 3 is greater than 5. Is it correct? No, we know that it is not correct. 3 is not greater than 5. What is the relation between 3 and 5? The relation between 3 and 5 is 3 is less than 5. Therefore, whenever you take inverse of both side of an inequality, then sign will have to be reversed. But for an equation, it is not necessary to reverse the sign, because in an equation, if you reverse the sign, it remains the same. Equation reversing an equal sign remains the same. So at the last point, you must remember that you must not multiply an inequality by 0. You cannot multiply an inequality by 0. You can multiply an equation by 0, but you cannot multiply an inequality. Always cannot multiply an inequality 0 unless it is greater than equal to or less than equal to. It is given when it is strictly greater than or less than sign, you cannot multiply by 0. And you must not multiply an inequality by minus sign. You cannot multiply an inequality by minus sign. Uh, you have to remember these 6 conditions always while going to deal with inequality. So equation versus inequality, I have told you a lot about equation and inequality. I believe that you have taken a notebook and have noted all the facts I have told you and have experimented over it. Now I am giving you a task. Uh, you have to pause the video and write down 5 differences, find out 5 differences between equation and inequality. uh, you may submit this work in the comment box. Solution of an inequality. So what is the solution of an equation? When in an equation is given, you can say, you can see the solution is a number or a point, like x is equal to 2. You know, it will be a solution. It might be a solution, and there might be a solution of an equation x is equal to 2. I am trying to say this. You have solved you you have solved an equation, and you have got x equal to 2 at the last stage. So the solution is x is equal to 2. Or you may find that the value of x is equal to 2, the value of y is equal to 3. Therefore the solution is 2, 3. So what does these 2 and what does this 2, 3 means? They're all denoting a fixed point uh, at number line or in a graph paper. In a graph paper, if you plot a solution of uh, an equation, you will get a dot, only a point. But for inequality, solution of an inequality is often a set. You will get a set by solving an inequality. Whenever you are given an inequality or you have developed an inequality and you have solved it, you have simplified it, you will get a set of numbers. It might be a part of number line or it might be a part of plane. You can see that when we will solve the equations, uh, then you can see that uh, the solution will be set or the solution will be part of plane. And the solution of an inequality might be written as set. So you have got set as a solution, so you may write it as a set, or you can write it as an interval. Interval is also a special kind of set. We have discussed about interval in our set theory. uh, and it might be shown in a number line or shaded area in a graph paper. In a number line, you have shown inequalities um, by bolding a part of number line. You may show the solution of inequality, or sometimes if it is a multivariable equation or multivariable inequality, then you have to use graph paper, or you might be use a three-dimensional cube for showing this solution. So in graph paper, sometimes you will get, for you 9 and 10 syllabus, you will get sometimes you will get number line as solution. Sometimes whenever x and y, the two variables are appeared in an inequality, you will get a shaded area in a graph paper as a solution. So in equation, the solutions are often single or multiple points in a line or in a plane. But inequality gives us a ray, line segment, or area as solution. So yeah, generally these are the solutions of criteria of the solution of an inequality. So we will see some inequality and try to solve this inequality by the techniques we have, by the properties we have learned about inequality, and we will solve it, and then we will gradually learn about on that solution technique of inequality. So here are some examples. Problem 1. Z is less than equal to Z by 2 plus 3. So this is an inequality because the sign less than or equal to is appeared here. So what will be the solution? Solution will be very easy. We have to find out the final criteria, or final a simple criteria, or a simple inequality which will define the position of Z in a number line. So we will take away the Z at one side, and will as the equation as we have solved the equations in class 6 or 7, we can write Z is less than equal to Z by 2 plus 3. It is given, and now we can we have learned that we can subtract the same term or the same number from both sides of an inequality. Therefore, to remove Z by 2 from the right side, we have subtracted Z by 2 from both of the sides. So what we will get? Z here at the left side we will get 2 as the LCM, as the denominator. 2 will be here, and uh, as the numerator we will get 2Z minus Z, and at the right side we will get 3. Z by 2 and Z by 2 minus Z by 2 will be cancelled, and it will be remain only 3 here. And here we can see 2Z minus Z, that is Z as the denominator we get 2, and multiplied by 2 less than 3 multiplied by 2. See here, if we multiply a positive number at the both side of inequality, there will be no change here, at the sign. So less than equal to or equal to will remain less than or equal to. If we had to multiply by minus 2, then we would have changed the sign here. Therefore, uh, here 2 is a positive number, so we didn't change the sign. So why we have multiplied by 2? Because we have got a 2 as the denominator here. If we multiply by 2, then denominator will be cancelled here. 2 and 2 will get cancelled, and it will remain Z at the left side. Therefore we have multiplied by 2 here. and here 2 and 2 will get cancelled. At the left side we will get z, and at the right side we will get uh, 6. So we have got the idea of the position of z in the number line. We can say z is at the left side of a number line in a 6 of 6. uh, if we got a number line here, if we draw a number line here, you can see a number line. These are the area of 6. Z might be on the point of on the point 6, that because z might be equal to 6. So here we have used a dark ball or dark circle, as z may be equal to 6. Therefore dark circle means z may be equal to 6 or z will be less than 6. So that part, the left part of 6 is bold, and the right part of 6 is thin, because z cannot be here. The solution area is at the left side, so z might be at the left side of 6. Therefore you will show solution by when you are asked to uh, show the solution in a number line, you have to show the solution in this way. So let us take another example, and another example we can write problem 2. Problem 2 is x by 3 plus x by 4 plus x by 5 is greater than or equal to 47 by 60. So we have got all the variables at the left side, so we have to just simplify this. X by 2, x by 3, x by 4, here is our given problem, and we have got 60 as the LCM, and at the right side it will be the same. And we have got 60 as the LCM of 3, 4 and 5, so we have taken 60 as the denominator here, and 3 divided by 60 is equal to 20, and 20 multiplied by x is equal to 20x. Similarly, we have got 15x and 12x from second and third fractions. So at the left side we will get 47x by 60 is equal to 47 by 60. Now you can see uh, at the both side we have got 47 by 60. So if we multiply both side by 60 by 47, the opposite term and the inverse term, which is multiplied with x, uh, here 47 by 60 is multiplied by x with x. So we will multiply this left side and this right side with the inverse term. The 47x into 60 by 47 equal is greater than 47 by 60 into 60 by 47. So both side we have multiplied with the inverse term or inverse term coefficient of x. So we will get x at the right side. 47 47 will be cancelled, 60 60 will be cancelled. We will get x at the right side, and at the left side, and at the right side we will get 1. 47 47 60 60, so we will get 1 here. So as number line we can see here we have used uh, we didn't used dark circle, we have used white circle, because x cannot be equal 1. X is not equal to 1, therefore x will start after 1. X cannot be 1, so dark circle, white circle here, and then x is greater than 1, therefore at the right side of the number line, in the number line at the right side of 1 we have bolden it. So I think you can understand the technique of showing a solution in um, number line. So the solution is x is greater than 1 and the number line, required number line is this. Now we'll see another example. So I have prepared this example for you because we have to see some special type of problem. Problem 3. 8 is greater than 2 minus 2x. So what we will get? When 8 is greater than 2 minus 2x, you will get solution 8, and we can subtract 2 from both of the sides. So we will write this, and we can write 8 minus 2 is greater than 2 minus 2x minus 2. We can subtract any number, positive or negative. We can add or subtract any number from both sides. It might be positive or negative. That will not hamper the inequality. So now these two and these first two will be cancelled, and we will get 6 is greater than minus 2x. Now we have got a minus 2x here, and we have got a 6 here. So 6 by minus 2 is less than minus 2x by 2, minus 2. Look at this part. We have divided both sides by minus 2. Minus 2 is a negative number. Therefore, the sign is changed. The sign was greater than at the previous line, and now we have got that uh, this is less than at the uh, next line. So, by dividing minus 2, by dividing by minus 2, we get minus 3 at the left side, and at the right side we will get x. So if we can if we flip the sides, then x 3 minus 3 is less than or equal to x, which might be written as x is greater than or equal to minus 3. So the same way we have drawn the number line before, we can draw a number line here like this. You can see we have used a dark circle because here we are given greater than or equal to sign. Therefore we know x might be minus 3, so minus 3 is dark, and also x is greater than minus 3, therefore the greater part of minus 3 is dark. So this is the solution shown in the number line. So now we are going to see another example which will give us another idea. uh, Problem 4. 1 by x plus 3 by x plus 4 by x is less than 24. So you can see here we have got x as the denominator. So we can say in the solution we will get this, and we can take x as the denominator, and we will get this 1 plus 3 plus 4 divided by x. Now 1 plus 3 plus 4 gives us 8 by x is less than 24. So we cannot cross multiply this. In equation we can cross multiply the fractions. Whenever we got an equation and we got fractions in the both sides, we often use the cross multiplication, but here we will have to use invertendo. Invertendo means we have to take inverse at the both sides. So whenever we will take inverse at the both sides, that is, it will be the denominator will appear as numerator, and numerator will appear as denominator. Therefore 8 by x will become x by 8, and the sign will be changed because we have taken inverse at the both side. Whenever you take inverse at the both side, the sign will be reversed, and 24 will be 1 by 24. And now you will get x by 8 into 8 is greater than 1 by 24 into 8, which will give us x is greater than 1 by 3. So I think you can understand the facts. Whenever you multiply an inequality by negative number, the sign will be reversed, and also whenever you take inverse at the both side of an inequality, the sign will be reversed. Now it is a fraction. 1 by 3 is a fraction. So how to show a fraction in a number line? You can see when 1 by 3 is to be shown, so we have just shown 0, 1 and minus 1 here, and we have divided 0 to 1 in 3 equal parts, and 1 by 3 means the first part, 2 by 3 means the second part, and 1 equal to the third part. Therefore 1 by 3 is not uh, the possible value of x. Therefore we have used a dark white circle here, and we have darkened the right side of the 1 by 3, because x can be greater than 1 by 3. So in the position of x is after 1 by 3 in the number line. So these are the examples of different type of inequalities which will show you how to solve inequalities, simple inequalities like this. So now we are going to see. So now we are going to see some examples of application of simple inequalities. Simple inequalities. What is simple inequality? Simple inequality is inequality where there is no square terms or cube terms, and there is a simple or linear term everywhere, and also one variable. The simple inequality means one variable inequality with no quadratic terms or cube terms. It will be only it will only have linear terms. So example, so we have got this. Now we are going to see some problems or application of inequality. So suppose you are given a problem like a boy worked 3 hours at the rate of x kilometer per hour and ran half hour at the rate of x plus 2 kilometer per hour, and the distance covered was less than uh, 29 kilometers. Now you have to use these information to develop an inequality and find out the value of x uh, in the number line, or find out the area which is find out the position of x in the number line. So to solution, according to the question, 3x plus half into x plus 2 is less than 29. How could I write this? See, 3 hours at the speed of x kilometer per hour, then in this 3 hours the boy crossed 3x kilometer. Time multiplied by speed equal to distance. So the distance the boy walked is 3x kilometer. Also here time is equal to half and the speed is x plus 2, therefore we can write the distance crossed by running is half into x by 2. These two distances are together less than this 29 kilometer. Therefore we have written this inequality. So we can write 3x or x by 2 plus 1 is less than 29, or from here we can write by taking LCM here, 2, 3x plus 3x into 2, that is 6x plus and ax will be added, divided by 2 plus 1 is, and here we have got an extra 1, therefore we will take a minus 1 at the both side of the inequality, and 6x plus x is equal to 7x divided by 2 is less than 28, or 7x into 2 by 7 and 28 into 2 by 7, we have multiplied both sides by 2 by 7 because the uh, coefficient of x is 7 by 2, so we will multiply the both sides is with 2 by 7, the inverse of the coefficient. So now x is less than 8. So here is the solution line. 8 is here, as it is not less than or equal to, therefore we have put a white ball here, white circle here, and the left side of the 8 is dark because x might be, x only can be less than 8. So this is the solution, our solution line. Now we will see another problem, problem 6. Problem 6 is like this: Mr. Sohrab bought X kg mango at the rate of taka 70 per kg. He gave a note of taka 500 to the seller. The seller returned him the rest of the money with X notes of taka 20. Now I hope you have often uh, go to the market to buy some crockeries or something, or mangoes. You have bought some mangoes, I believe so, in your life. So you know the fact. We buy something and we give the seller some money with notes, and the seller also returns us some money with notes. And now the sum of the money, sum of the price of the mango, and the money the seller returned to me will be equal to or less than the money we have given to the uh, seller. So solution according to the question: 70x. 70x is the price of total mango, because x kg mango, and 1 kg mango is like 1 kg mango is uh, 70 taka, therefore x kg mango is 70x taka, plus 20 into x notes of 20 taka makes 20 into x. It might not be equal 500, it less than 500 or less than equal to 500. So the seller will not give you extra money, I think. So you will give 500 taka, and you, as a return, you will get uh, either 500 taka or less than 500 taka. So it is less than or equal to, it should be less than or equal to, here we will be change this after the math. So you will get 90x is less than 500 taka, or x is less than 500 by 90, or x is less than 550 by 9, or x is less than 5 total 5 by 9. Now 5 total 5 by 9 is after 5 before 6, I have assumed the position of 5 total 5 by 9 here. So as it is not equal, we have not considered it might be equal to 500. Then this is the problem given in your book. I actually don't like this problem to solve, because in this problem the stimuli is not the stimulus is not specified or specific. It might be equal to, it might be less than or equal to, but they have asked us so to solve to express the relation using inequality. So we have forcefully written that 70x plus 20x is less than 500. It might be equal to 500. So whatever, as we are told to solve this is using inequalities, we have solved it. Now we will see another problem, application of inequality. Problem 7. The air distance from Singapore from Dhaka is 2,900 kilometer. The air distance of Singapore, there will be off here, so of Singapore from Dhaka, and the maximum speed of a jet plane is 900 kilometer per hour on the way from Dhaka to Singapore. Uh, it faces on the way on the way from Dhaka to Singapore, it faces air flowing at 100 kilometer per hour from the opposite direction. Express the time required for non-stop flight from Dhaka to Singapore in terms of inequality. Now what is solution? So look here, let the time it requires for the flight be t hours. Let this flight given asked in the question is t hours flight. It will take t hours. During these t hours, the jet plane will be going at the maximum speed of 900 km per hour. Therefore, 900 km per hour into t hour, speed into time, that is 900 t, and the air will force us at the rate of 100 km per hour. Therefore, through the t time, the air will remain the jet plane or air will force the jet plane to reduce its speed. Therefore, the speed will reduced and it will be 100 into t kilometer. So we can write that 900 t minus 100 t, and this is the distance covered by the jet plane in t hours of time. So this distance will be greater than or equal to the distance from Dhaka to Singapore, that is 2,900 kilometer. That is, you have to write here greater than your 2,900, or 800 t is greater than 2,900, or t is greater than 2,900 by 800, or 29 by 8, that is t is greater than 3 total 5 of 8. So this will be the solution. T is greater than or equal to 3 total 5 by 8. So you will have to travel around 4 hours to reach the Singapore from Dhaka. So we have made a mistake here. Of Singapore from Dhaka. So this was the solution of solution technique or application of problems related to simple inequalities. Work. These are the works for you to be done, and I hope you will get it very easy to solve. I have solved 4 problems for you. Now you 3 are from here, so you have to solve the others by yourself. You may use my direction or you may use your own understanding to solve it. And also you have to solve the problem in 6.2 here. These are also very interesting problems. And look at here, Mr. Saurabh, I don't like this problem at all. So best of luck, try hard, uh, and you have to complete it very soon. Thank you for today, and keep well.